Welcome to Seeing Crime. I'm Zelda Kelly, and today we're reading for the brother of John O'Keefe, for Paul O'Keefe. And as you already know, these cards are representing John O'Keefe. That is the Temperance card. He is a Sagittarius. And Miss Karen. And she is a Pisces. And the Moon card is her representing card. And if we see any of these cards come up in the decks, or a resemblance, or I'm going to say it might even point to these cards, that's the energy that we're going to be paying attention to. So let's get started here. Now, I'm using the foil tarot cards. I know you really like those, and of course the Kipper deck, and then I brought out a special deck that I use rarely. It is the Hand of Fate. And the reason I use these rarely is because they dig into the psyche a little better. They take a little twist and turn. It's different from the hidden cards. We're going to see exactly where Paul O'Keefe is coming from. So let's get started. I do not know his birthday. I'm not going to try to guess. So we're going to get started and lay a foundation for the reading. And we're going to start with the Kipper cards. And Spirits, Guides, Angels, we're asking to give us insight on the interview and or the thoughts and feelings of Paul O'Keefe, Officer O'Keefe's brother. Here we go. We're laying the foundation for, there we are, for the first card. Here we go. Ready? The main female. Well, we know who this is. She was the topic of the conversation in that interview, I'm going to call it. That is Karen. So we're going to lay that to the side so we know that Karen is, I'm going to lay it here. You can see that it's got some glare. I'm going to move this lamp a little bit so we don't glare as much. Well, that didn't help, did it? Okay, so there we go. Karen is the topic of conversation in just about, you know what, this card, just about every household. All right, here we are. Definitely thinking, look at that. Thinking of the main female. We can't make these things up, can we? He's definitely thinking about her. Okay, let's take another two. We're going to spread these out a little bit better here. We're going to have another couple. There we are. Poverty. That's interesting. And one more. That one wants to come out. We're just going to take it. Pardon me. Got allergies today. Distant horizons. Okay. This is an indicator that I believe there was a time that Paul had a little bit of financial problems. That is in the distant, it's not the distant past, but the distant horizons. He is definitely thinking of Miss Karen. That is that's his mission right now, is to make sure that he gets to the bottom of everything with her. And I'm also going to say that I don't think that he minds if he runs out of money trying to investigate, trying to put things, trying to pin things, am I supposed to say that? Maybe, onto her. But let's see. Okay, so we've laid this foundation. Definitely Karen is the topic of his mindset. So we're going to now lay down some tarot cards. We're going to stop that from glaring. And actually, I'm going to put Miss Karen out here, just like this. Since she's the topic of thoughts, then, okay, so here we go with the tarot. Laying out the tarot cards, we're going to see, and we're going to do a more in-depth reading on him tonight. There we go. So sorry for the glare. Let me see if I can't fix this a little bit better for you. Okay. All right, cutting the cards again. Oh, that's a card that wants to come out, so we're going to take it. Judgment. Well, Aren't these cards beautiful? They're the foil deck. Queen of Pentacles. Memories. That does not surprise me, my friends. Page of Wands. And the Seven of Pentacles. 3 more. The Star card. You know who that is? That's Jennifer McCabe. No. Yes. Okay. Had to stop and think for a minute, my friends. Yes. Leave me a note in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's her. All right. Ace of Swords. Now, I'm going to arrange these a little bit better so I can refer to them. And I'm going to lay this little pile over here more to the side so you can see a little bit better. I really feel that there was a time that he did go to Karen and that they were friends. She tried to be his friend. And I think in many instances, he kind of forgets what she had done for him. And I believe it was bail him out of a situation that was pretty treacherous. It was her that did that. And also there's, you see the medical snakes there, so forth. I'm also going to say that he did not accept anything with the medical examiners that the defense brought. There's a judgment card. Now this card is a little on the dark side. You see that these people are actually being raised up and resurrecting. This angel is calling up. What does this really mean? It means that you're waking up to a certain situation, and I believe that's what Paul is going to happen. He's going to start waking up. He sits in judgment now, but there's going to be a wake-up call coming to him. And how do we know this? Well, this is also Karen, the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Money. Now, I'm also going to say this about Miss Karen, and that is there's a certain jealousy around her. And I believe it's because she had more money than all of them. And them being the families there. There was jealousy. She didn't fit into the crowd, didn't fit into the clique. She tried with John's family, but she was looked at, I think, in many ways as a snob because she did have the money. Here is this memory card. We keep bringing this up, and you see there's the face in that little girl's hair. There's the man walking away. It took just here. I'm going to show you. Just like that. To turn his back on her. Just boom. Just like that. He wants to pin it on someone. And he's not convinced yet of the family's involvement because, you know, sometimes it just feels too far-fetched. But we know there's a lot of truth to it. And that truth is coming out and it's waking him up. But he's going to stand strong. And I'm going to say he's not done yet with his opinion for Karen. We saw his behavior when he left the trial a week ago Monday. And he said, I'm not done with you yet. Well, that's exactly what this card means, the Page of Swords. You see how this sword goes off the frame of the card? It means you're not done yet. There's a lot of movement in this card, and that's what Paul is doing. He's making sure that when they, in his mindset now, we're talking his mindset, so he's making sure that when they go to trial again with the CW, that she pays. He does not like what's going on right now because we had some news yesterday, some things about jurors. We're not going to get into that. But you see the movement, the wind, communication. This is air signs, air elements. The communication. But one thing about swords is they cut both ways. It can cleanse and it can tear down. And the people that don't want to open their eyes and see the truth, this is going to be very hard for them to take. He's really trying to figure some things out. In many ways, he can't come to terms with what's going on in his mind. He's confused, but he feels that he can't stand up and stick up for Karen because, once again, she was the outsider. Now, subconsciously, I feel that he never intended to use her, but she came to his rescue. Many times during the testimony, we heard how she would stand up and pay for things and everything else. And I mean, Karen was very, and she deserved it. She worked hard. She's very wealthy. And don't miss her reading that's going to be coming very soon. The star card is Jen, and I can bet you the texts and the calls are flying back and forth. There is more communication, but what this tells me is there's more information getting ready to come out. When you see this Ace of Swords, remember the swords cuts both ways. There's more to come out that will cause a new beginning and a new way of looking at things. So you see this Ace, I'm sorry. Two of Wands. This is a gentleman standing on the edge of, well, it looks like a castle. And he's made a choice. He has a world in the hand. And this is a fire element. Fire elements, you ever hear that expression, you're going to light a fire under somebody to get him going? He is really trying to light that fire, to open up more avenues, more doors about this and about his brother's death. Now, do I blame him that's his brother? No, of course not. But I do believe that he is going down a very wrong path. He has a choice to make. It's an easy choice. There's no gray area. You either side for Karen or you side with the CW. There's no in between. He has the world in his hands, which means he has every capability of finding out the truth. Will he know the truth one day? I believe he will. But let's now go to the hand of fate. And we're going to put out some cards and ask exactly what is going to happen. How are things going to happen? Where are things going to be between him, his family, Karen? What happens when the truth comes out? That's Paul. That's John. That's Karen. This is very interesting. He feels that he's definitely made some sacrifices. This is a man who cannot take responsibility, but only to a certain degree. He can, but only to a certain degree is what I'm meaning to say. He is very frustrated because he's closed his eyes. He cannot see what others see. He also sees that there is a money opportunity in this, and he believes it's a gamble. He feels he's made sacrifices, that there's a big hurt in this, and of course he's lost his brother, he lost his sister, and now there are 2 children, of course. But this gamble with the situation, the truth is going to be coming out. Now, I want to ask for 2 more Kipper deck cards, and then we'll summarize. The main male, that's Paul. Well, I may amend that. I'm wondering if that's their father with some bad health. We're going to take one more card. I don't go into health or any of that, so we're not going to even go there, okay? Expectation. This is Paul. I wanted to just clarify that. He's sick over things, and there may be something with the father too, but I believe that this is definitely about Paul. He's definitely, this has mentally made him just anxiety ridden. The expectation that they had of putting Karen away went up in smoke. And now they don't know. They don't know what they're going to do. Now they don't know where to turn, because the more this goes on and the more the can of worms, I mean, this isn't something that's going to resolve immediately. Definitely not. We're going to pull 2 more, unless we need a confirmation of something. 2 more, yeah, definitely, of these tarot cards. This Nine of Wands means making a particular choice. He is choosing to think the way that he does. He's choosing that. Remember, there are all types of scenarios, open doors, opportunities, things. But just think about this. He's got all this behind him. And he's looking, he's chosen a wand. Do you see this? He's chosen one. All various lengths, all various sizes, all various terms of growth, opportunity, doors opening. But what if that is something that look how tight he's holding on to that. What if that's something that he's holding on so tightly because he feels he has to? I want you to think about that. This Ace of Pentacles, remember, there's a card here where it's poverty. This Ace of Pentacles. Oh, I think he's looking for a deal. He's looking for some money to come out of this at Karen's expense, not at his brother's. 2 more of the Hand of Fate. Definitely a situation in which he has drawn the line in the sand and he's walking away. I don't know if John was his little brother. If it was, I feel that this is somebody that he did not want John to be with Karen until Karen came to the rescue with her money. There's a lot going on here. But what I'm saying about Paul is this. There's going to be a time in which he wakes up. He is eating, breathing, living, speaking this particular case. Well, aren't we all? But especially because of his brother. He thinks of this and her night and day. He vows that he's going to get to the bottom of it, and he has help by a particular organizer that is trying to encourage him to keep up the fight of good faith. That's going to backfire. And there's going to be a separation between the O'Keefes and these families, and especially Paul, walking away from this. Now, there's more to come. He's going to find out the truth. And this is going to devastate a lot of people, but they will. The O'Keefe family, Paul especially, is the driver of this. He will make sure. He is leading the O'Keefe family in the fight against Karen. I can't blame him. Look, we can't blame him. We can't blame him. This is his brother. But there is a day, my friends, judgment is coming. He will wake up, and he will definitely see the truth. Please like and subscribe, my friends. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned, and I will see you again very soon. I hope you enjoyed this. Leave me a comment and like this if you will. I appreciate it. I'm going to continue bringing these readings to you. I'm going to tell you this. Just time out a second before we go. This energy that Paul has makes me a little shaky. And I'm not so sure I can define that for you. I wish I could. It's almost as though I'm on the edge of almost crying, and yet it's I just can't name it. But there's this energy